around you now.
What's up guys, Magic Matrix here with another video. Today, I've got a really cool card trick to show you that I think you will enjoy a lot. As you can see here, I have a deck of cards, and we can just go ahead and get this deck completely mixed up, give it some cuts, give it some shuffles, just to be sure that the deck is completely mixed up before we begin, so that everything done in this trick is fair. And I think with that, we should be good to go. Now I need to make a prediction. But you can't see this prediction, only I can. So I'm going to go through the deck quickly and just take out a random card as my prediction card. And let's see, I think I'll go with that card right there. Now I'm going to leave this card in the middle of the table for the remainder of the trick, and you can plainly see that it's there. Now, I need you to name any card in a deck of playing cards, any card at all. Obviously, I'm here by myself, so you can't pick a card. But we'll have a card picked randomly for you by Siri. Siri,
Go ahead.
name a playing card.
Okay, it's the Six of Hearts this time.
Alright, so the Six of Hearts is your selection. Please remember that card. Do not forget it. Now remember, any card could have been chosen, any card in this entire deck, but the Six of Hearts was selected as your card out of all 53. Now you might be wondering, why did I say 53? Normally you'd say 52 cards in a deck. But there's a reason for this. You see, there's a card that comes in every card pack that is usually overlooked, taken for granted and forgotten. And that card is the Joker. Now keep in mind the Joker could have been selected. I mean, it is in the deck. It could have been selected as one of the cards, but it wasn't. The Six of Hearts was chosen as your card, and the Joker is going to help us with the end of this trick. You remember my prediction has been sitting on the table right here the whole time. Up until this point, I have not touched the card, and you have seen it there. But the funny thing is that my prediction is the same exact card that was selected for you, the Six of Hearts. And that is the trick. If you want to learn it, be sure to stick around for the tutorial. Alright guys, so let's start this tutorial. This is a really fun trick. It will definitely fool your spectators. They will not be able to figure out how your prediction ended up being their card. As you can see on the table, I have two Jokers. Now, this trick will only work if you have two identical Jokers. You can't use two Jokers like from a bicycle deck where one is black and white and the other one is colored. The Jokers have to look the same. Now, if you don't have a deck that comes with two identical Jokers, what you can do is say you have two bicycle decks. You could take the black and white Joker from one deck and the black and white Joker from the other, or the color Joker from the deck from one deck and the color Joker from the other, and combine them for this trick. So that is also another option if you don't have a deck that comes with two identical Jokers. But once you have two Jokers that look exactly the same on the back and the front, this is the setup. You want to take one of the Jokers and just place it on top of the deck, and then take the other Joker and place it somewhere in the middle of the deck. Now, for this trick, I shuffled the deck, and this is because if you allow the spectator to shuffle the deck, just like this, they're actually shuffling the deck, you'd have to go back through and you'd have to cut one of the Jokers back to the top so that the Joker was still on the top of the deck. So what I did was I shuffled the deck myself, and the things I did kept the cards the way that I wanted them, so that the Joker would end up being on the top when I wanted it there. So you can do whatever false cuts and false shuffles you know to get the Joker to the top, or you could just start the trick with the Joker already on the top and you don't even have to shuffle the cards. So after the cards have been shuffled, or after you just had the Joker on the top and you come up to your spectator, what you'll want to do is tell them that you're going to make a prediction. Now you're not just going to pick any random card like they think you are. What you're doing is you're going through the deck and you're locating the other joker. This is the card that you place on the table. So you go through, and don't go through too fast and immediately pull out a card. Go through like you're trying to figure out which cards you want to pick, and then after a while, come back to the joker and place that card on the table like so. Leave that card in the middle of the table and tell the spectator that you won't touch it and they can see it there for the remainder of the trick. Now after you've done this, they need to pick a card. Obviously I'm still here by myself, so we'll just have Siri pick a random playing card, but let's pretend the spectator chose this card. Siri,
Yes?
name a playing card.
Choosing. It's the 9 of diamonds.
Alright, so let's say the spectator chose the 9 of diamonds. After they've chosen your card, they're going to go through the deck again and say something like, you could have chose any card in the deck, but you chose the 9 of diamonds. And while you're saying this, you're going through and you're locating that card. So the 9 of diamonds is right here. You're going to outjog the card they named. And after you've done this, you're going to say, you named the 9 of diamonds out of all 53 cards. Now, if your spectator knows how many cards are in a deck, they might be thrown off, because without the jokers in a deck, there's 52 cards. With both jokers in the deck, there's 54, but you say 53, and this might confuse them. The reason you say 53 is because you're going to show them one joker. So 52 plus the one joker is 53, but they don't know this yet. So you say 53 cards, and you say it casually, and then you take the card that's sticking out of the deck, you pivot it off of your finger just like that, and you take it out of the deck. Now, do not show this card to the spectator, because they don't know what this card is yet, and if they see it, they'll see it's their selection and the trick will be ruined. So keep it face down in your hand, and then you'll say this. You might be wondering why I said 53 cards. And as you are explaining this, you're going to be moving your hands back and forth. And this is to cover up the fact that while you're talking, you're going to push over the top card, pull it back, just like this, and get a pinky break under the top card, the joker. So this is while you're moving your hands. So you're moving your hands just like this, and while you're doing that, to distract them, you push over the top card and you get your break. After you have your break, you can bring your hands back to the front and place this card on top of the deck while you continue to explain that there's a card that comes with every deck that is sometimes forgotten and taken for granted. And then, after you've said this, you say, and that card is the joker. Now they will understand why you said 53. So, after you flip the card over and you've shown it to them, they think you have the joker on the top of the deck when really it's a double lift that you just did, and their card is under the joker. So keep the card squared up so that they can't see that there's two cards there, and you'll say that we are going to use the joker for the end of this trick. You flip the double over, and you push off the top card. They'll think it's the joker, when really it is their selection and the joker is left on the top of the deck. Don't show them this card. Again, keep it face down in your hand. You can place the rest of the deck on the table, and you come to your prediction. You draw their attention back to the card that you took out of the deck. Now, obviously, they think it's a random card, but you know that it's the other joker. So what you do to switch the cards out so that their card is the one on the table is you take the card in your hand, you bring it under the joker on the table, scoop up the cards and hold them as one. Just like this, keep a firm grip on them, and pull the top card back like this as you flip over your hands, and then drop off the spectator's card. And drop the joker next to it. And it will look like their card was the card on the table. So at normal speed, it would look something like this. And it looks like the card that was always on the table was their card. So that is the trick. It's really fun to perform. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely go back through this tutorial and practice this trick. But I hope you guys have fun performing this for your spectators, and I'll see you next time.